For the next three quarters of an hour, ladies and gentlemen, the Paul Howard Duo.
Oh, heck.
Thank you.
What you got there, Tom?
A little song this time, ladies and gentlemen, that tells a story about a young Lincolnshire lad who went all the way across the sea to Ireland in search of fame and fortune and women. This little story tells of what happened to that particular young country lad. I once had a girl from the isle that's so green. Her name it was Sally, she was just 17. And I took her home 'cause she was fresh and so clean, to show her the works of my thrashing machine. Singing, hoo-rely, hoo-rely, hoo-rely. I took her inside and we laid on the rug. She said, if I'm staying, you'd better be good. We moved close together, it was just like a dream, and the throbbing I felt in my thrashing machine. Hanging, hoo-rely, hoo-rely, hoo-rely. We took off our clothes as we were feeling quite bold. The size of her tits was a sight to behold, with soft lights and sweet music. Her eyes, they did gleam when she gazed on the size of my thrashing machine. Singing, hoo-rely, hoo-rely, hoo-rely. The very next day she was nowhere to be seen. Later I found her on our village green, and under her apron, so fresh and so clean, were the seeds that had blown from my thrashing machine. Hoo-rely, hoo-rely, hoo-rely. The only way you can tell they're alive is when they're smoking. Well, in 9 months' time, a baby was born, which showed just how well I had scattered my corn. And under his nappy, so fresh and so clean, was a brand new twin-cylinder thrashing machine. Hoo-rely, hoo-rely, hoo-rely. Lovely, thank you very much.
Oh, King Cole.
It's all ad-lib tonight, folks. We don't really know all these numbers. What about Tom Jones? Do you like Tom Jones numbers? Tom Jones, no? You don't like Tommy Jones? Old King Cole. My popular request, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know this particular number, from my right, the lovely people in the Sherwood room want this particular song called Old King Cole. It's another mucky number. Any children under 10 in? King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. Called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his fiddlers three. Well, every fiddler had a very fine fiddle, and a very fine fiddle had he. Oh, fiddle as you will, said the fiddler, very fine men are we. Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his jugglers three. Well, every juggler had a very fine ball, and a very fine ball had he. Oh, throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will, said the fiddler. Very fine men are we. Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his coalman three. Well, every coalman had a very fine sack, and a very fine sack had he.
Would
You
like it at the front, to the back, to the Coleman?
throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will, son. Very fine men are we. Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his tailors three. Well, every tailor had a very fine needle. What? Needle. And a very fine needle had he. Shove it in and out, said the tailor.
Would you like it at the front or the back?
You're no but a bloody puff, mate, I've decided. Throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will, said the fiddler. Very fine men are we. Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his painters three. Well, every painter had a very fine mop.
Harris, brush,
Brush,
Harris brush.
mop,
No, you don't get Irish mops.
and a very fine brush had he. Slap it up and down, said the painter. Shove it in and out, said the tailor.
Would you like it at the front or the back?
That's one reason why we don't have any members in the group standing up, no guitarists or anything. I don't know. Can you hear what he says when he says that? Think about it
I
for a
think there's a
while.
mess up.
We usually get a few offers about this time of night, don't you, son?
Yes, throw
All
your
together.
balls in the air.
Right, all together.
Throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will. Very fine men are we.
Pay us off tonight, Cyril, we've had enough. Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. Called for his pipe, I've dropped my bloody stick. Hang on a minute, I've dropped my stick.
I can play with one hand.
I've got another one here.
And he called for his
Butchers.
butchers
Right.
three.
Well, every butcher had a very fine chopper.
And a very fine chopper had he. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
You've been taking the tablets again.
It's me. Why front's on backwards?
Lay your chopper on the block, said the butcher. Shove it in and out, said the tailor. Slap it up and down, said the painter.
Would you like it at the front or the back? Quick.
You know something, you ought,
Not
to have
very
your,
promising.
you ought to have your legs slapped, you did. You mucky thing. Right,
Ecstasy.
girls only in the Sherwood rooms. Throw your balls in the air, dear. Right,
2, 3.
But if you haven't got any, grab the blokes next to you. Throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will, said the fiddler. Very fine men are we. Brings
Not
tears
so
to his
high,
eyes. Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his huntsman 3. This is for the lads.
Well, every huntsman had a very fine horn.
Every huntsman had a very fine horn.
Yes. And a very fine
Horn had he. For the lads. Rising in the morn with the horn, said the... Have you ever done that?
Lay your chopper on the block, said the butcher. Shove it in and out, said the tailor. Slap it up and down, said the painter.
Get the bedclothes reared up like a bell tent.
Throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will.
You're in a rush tonight, you're
Very
in a
fine men, are we? The good film on.
Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his gardeners 3.
Gardeners?
Gardeners.
How did they get in on the act? Oh.
Well, every gardener had a very fine bunch.
With the left, oh no, it's not. And a very fine bunch.
Bunch.
But he...
2 onions and a carrot.
Ooh.
You can look at my bunch after lunch, said the gardener. Rising in the morn with the horn, said the huntsman. Lay your chopper on the block, said the butcher. Shove it in and out, said the tailor. Slap it up and down, said the painter. Any offers?
No.
Anybody bought the Vaseline?
Next one.
All together.
Throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will, said the fiddler. Very fine men are we. Last verse.
Last verse, is it? It's supposed to be an audience participation number, this is. You're all supposed to help us a little bit.
It's like swimming against the tide.
Certainly is, son. Well, old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. Called for his pipe in the middle of the night, and he called for his dentists 3. Well, every dentist had a very fine assistant.
Drill. You got a different dentist.
Drill.
And a very fine drill.
What sort of a drill was it? Black & Decker.
With a 3/8 jump.
Stick it in, give it a twist, whip it out, said the dentist. Look at my bunch after lunch, said the gardener. Rising in the morn with the horn, said the huntsman. Lay your chopper on the block, said the butcher. Shove it in and out, said the tailor. Slap it up and down, said the painter.
Would you like it at the front? Or the back?
He's not fussy, not fussy. And I want my brooch back next week as well.
I'm not giving you them best pants back.
Right. Throw your balls in the air, said the juggler. Fiddle as you will, said the fiddler. Very fine men are we. Now enough of those